Message here says, Dear sisters, I've dated my wife for 2 years before we got married, and we have been married for 8 years now in total. During courtship, she visited me one Friday. She initially told me she would return to campus on Monday evening. We went to town the next day, and she had a call from an ex. I don't know what transpired between them on the phone, but immediately we got home, she told me she'll be leaving on Sunday instead of Monday evening. I never suspected anything. She left on Sunday afternoon to campus, and I called her on Monday only to realize that she was with her ex. I complained bitterly, but it seems it didn't end there. After marriage, she's still in constant contact with a guy, and it's become a problem for me. When I forced her to stop calling him, she told me they are friends and that she'll be lying if she said she's accepted my conditions. I chanced on their text conversation yesterday, and the guy also said he can't stop calling her. The most painful aspect is that they've been able to instigate my mother-in-law against me. When I confronted the guy, he insulted me well. In fact, he dressed me ankasa. Jess, they chat about their past escapades together, the teasing, the fights, even sex, and exchange current pictures. Please, I need advice, and I'll be extremely grateful if you could connect me perhaps to a marriage counselor and or a psychologist. Okay. I'm not coming to Olivia because I can already see your reaction. Ceci, talk to me.
Good luck, Ceci. This is a total mess.
Yeah, it really is.
The part that jumps at me is the mother-in-law part. Like, how is it that they are able to instigate your mother-in-law against you? This lady.
It doesn't add up.
It doesn't. So, I don't even know where to begin. But it's obvious that this woman doesn't want to be with you anymore.
Yeah.
Because for her to be in constant contact with her ex for 8 years.
That's serious.
And as at today, you chance on their conversation on the phone and they are talking about all these things. So who knows what has been happening between them throughout these 8 years. I feel so sad for the guy right now. Jessica, I'm confused. There are so many things that are jumping at me, but what screams at me the most is the fact that the lady has checked out of the marriage. That's how it's looking like for me.
Is that like because that's the only way that perhaps she'll entertain an ex, and to such an extent, and not even want to let him go at her husband's request?
Exactly. Because I'm wondering why she even got married to him. Because if right from the beginning, before they got married, these things were happening. So you tell him, okay, I've come to visit you, I'm going to leave on Monday. Then you have a call from him, then all of a sudden you have changed your mind, you want to leave on Sunday instead of Monday, and then the following day he calls you and you are with him. A lot has been going on throughout these 8 years.
Yeah.
So they need to talk. They need to have a serious conversation about this and find out what this woman wants out of the marriage. Because if you're having this kind of conversations with your ex, I don't see what you are still doing in the marriage even. Because for me, if I was the husband, well, I'm not a guy, but if I was, I would think I'll be plagued with the thoughts that so many things have been happening behind my back.
Sure.
On
I
my
think that's
blind
the natural
side.
thing.
So I'll be catapulted into, okay, so when she said she was going here, is this where she was really going? When she told me some time ago that she was traveling to maybe Tamale or something, was that where she actually went? Why? Maybe for she would go black. She'll go AWOL on him. Maybe, okay, she left her phone somewhere and she didn't answer his calls, and maybe she'll give some excuse that, okay, I was doing this. It can even drive you mad because you now begin to rewind into all those 8 years. What has been happening? Why didn't I come to that realization before now? It could drive. I'm not surprised that he's asking you to connect him to a psychologist or a counselor. He needs one. Yeah, honestly, he does.
All right, Aku, let me bring you in at this point. I'll let Olivia speak last. What do you think? I mean, how ridiculous does this sound?
Yeah, I don't think that she has checked out of the marriage, but I think there's definitely a lack of fulfillment, and she's getting that fulfillment from her ex. But I also kind of suspect that what she has going on with her ex is almost like just like reminiscent. I don't think it's really harmful. If not, I'll be very surprised as to why the mother-in-law would, support or even allow that to happen type of thing. So I'm a bit confused because I'm one of those believers that marriage isn't like a death sentence, and once you marry, it doesn't mean you have to cut off every single person that has been in your past. But she should definitely be prioritizing her man, and if he's said that he's uncomfortable with this relationship, then she should be making those changes. Why is she going a day earlier to go and spend the time with her ex? And I think, before they even do marriage counseling, the guy needs to definitely see a therapist, because him too must not really prioritize himself so much, which is why he's letting her get away with so much as well. Because it's like you give her a condition, she doesn't respond to the condition, and there didn't sound like there was any repercussion. So have you left? Have you fought with her? Not physically fight, obviously, but have you put your foot down to also say that I'm not going to take this anymore? Like, you kind of have to choose, or you actually have to prioritize me. So it's a bit weird. But then I don't also want to just believe that, oh yes, because she's still maintaining a friendship with her ex, and that automatically means that she's cheating, or that means that she has violated her marriage or checked out of her marriage. But it's definitely a sign that there is a lack of fulfillment and a lack of respect as well. So I think I would advise the marriage counseling as well too, but therapy first, then marriage counseling.
I think I agree with that order as well. Quick question though. I mean, he confronted this ex-boyfriend, right? And he says that the guy insulted him back. What do you think about that action in itself? The fact that if you have an issue with your partner, you rather go and confront the third party. What do you make of that whole interaction? Yeah,
I don't like that. That means I didn't even listen properly, because I was thinking he confronted her.
No.
So that's a major issue. Why? Is there some kind of fear between him and his partner? Like, why don't you talk directly to her? It's like, if you find your guy cheating, you gotta start abusing the other woman. Mm-hmm. It doesn't work like that now. It's your man that is accountable to you. So that's even why the guy would have had mind to insult him. Like, why are you coming at me? Face your wife, So I think it goes back to this whole respect issue. Like, I don't even think that this guy respects himself. I'm sorry. I know that you're a sister viewer, but it seems like you need some more self-respect. Like, you shouldn't even stoop to that level. It's below you. It should be you and your wife, maybe your wife's family, if it has to get to that level, but not to the person that you're kind of in competition with. I don't rate that at all.
All right, Livy. Finally, please.
Yes.
Unleash.
Okay, I disagree with my sisters.
Okay,
you know why?
Tell me.
Because I feel like in most relationships, if you don't give your partner a reason to be insecure, they will not be. This particular girl gave this man so many reasons to doubt their relationship, like time after time after time. My only problem with him is, when these things were happening, why didn't he ask right away? So she's like, when the whole incident about her leaving a day earlier, he had a problem with it. He should have asked her, why are you leaving a day earlier? What's changed? Is there anything wrong? And you see, the thing is, this guy has been sitting back and it's been phone call after phone call, text messages after text messages, sex, whatever. My thing is, you're done. There's a reason why the guy is an ex. Why are you entertaining the guy even in your marriage? And I feel like this guy has been trying so many ways to make the girl appreciate that he's uncomfortable with her relationship with her ex.
Right.
And it's not getting in. So he's had to go, the mother-in-law has gotten involved, and the mother-in-law is like, okay, like, what's the biggie?
Problem? Yeah.
What's your problem? So that didn't work. Now he went to the guy, back up for my wife. She's my wife. The guy has married you for crying out loud. You know, my guy, do you know what? Honestly, I really don't think that you need counseling. I feel like the answers are clear. She's not checked out of her previous relationship. You should be the center of attraction. You should be, you guys should be planning your future together. You should be spending more time. You should be sending text messages to each other. So if she feels like Aku was saying, maybe she's not fulfilled in the marriage. So why is she in the marriage?
Right.
The question is, so this guy saw all these things before he even decided to get married. So the foundation of this entire relationship was bogus. You had trust issues with the girl. What made you think that marrying her would make you trust her even more? Like, nothing's gonna change.
Right.
She hasn't disconnected from her ex. She will not disconnect from him today or disconnect tomorrow. My guy, it's tough luck. Like, it's a little too late. You've already invested too much. Like Rosie always says, you're not going to actually spend to divorce her. I honestly don't see this marriage moving forward.
Right.
And it's hard today, but sit back, take a deep breath, reflect. Is this the kind of situation that you want to have kids involved in? Do you actually think that you can trust her? You don't have your mother-in-law support. She's going to constantly be and have chats with her ex. She doesn't feel like she doesn't feel like it's a big deal. She doesn't respect the fact that you're uncomfortable with it, and she's still doing it. I feel, for me, I think that is very disrespectful. All attention, all concentration should be on what both couple need to do to make their marriage last, to make it work. It's because I love you, Jess, I wouldn't want to do anything to upset you or even make you doubt my love. So I'll give our relationship 110%. Although, are you okay? Oh, you're uncomfortable with me talking with this guy. It's done. It's dusted. Well, he used to be my ex, but, for you, I'm ready to let it go. But she's not ready to do any of that. I don't think that's a relationship you should be in, my guy. I do not. I honestly do not think so. You know what? I don't think, maybe for your own sanity, yes, maybe you need counseling to detach. Okay, you need counseling to detach. But I don't think that's a relationship you should be in. That's a marriage you should be in. I don't. She's not ready to sacrifice, or she's not ready to let go of this guy. So if she thinks that he's amazing, she should be with him. That's where I stand.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you want to weigh in, Ceci?
Yeah. I'm thinking about the audacity that this guy had to insult your husband. So that means he's getting some power from somewhere.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because for him to have verbally abused you in that manner, he has, Charlie. You are way below the food chain.
Yeah.
So
sad.
It's paining.
Check out. I think the guy should check out as soon as possible, just for his own sanity. And moving forward, once you see, that's the thing about relationships. Once you start and you see a red flag and you're uncomfortable about it, address it there and then. Don't sweep it under the carpet and think that tomorrow things are going to be okay, because they are not.
Right.
You can never change people. What you can do is to find out a bit more and decide for yourself whether you're ready to live with it for good or not.
Right.
If you think that you can't live with it, let it go.
Yeah.
Let it go.
I do realize that there's some people who just love the extra attention. And I'm not even trying to defend this woman, but I'm just saying that some people just like the fact that people like them. You understand? So they may not even necessarily be cheating, or in this case, this woman may not necessarily be cheating with her husband, but just the fact that, her ex still likes her and gives her all the attention. She's entertaining him. Now, for me, okay, this is where I have a problem. It's been going on for 8 bloody years. Like,
Merci beaucoup.
who does that?
Thank you.
Let's say X, okay, you guys just got married, X is still in the picture, your husband raises it once, raises it twice, raises it 3 times in the first year. Nothing changes. 3 times in the second year. But for 8 years, you've just ignored him and you're sacrificing your marriage for an ex. If this person actually liked you, he wouldn't have been an ex. If he was good enough for you, he wouldn't have been an ex. And indeed, if you feel like he was good enough, why did you marry this guy and waste 8 years of his life?
Thank you.
I don't get it. So I have to agree with all the sisters. And I hate when it seems like all we're telling people to do is walk away. But I don't think that anyone deserves the short end of a stick. When you love someone, yeah, it has to be reciprocated. You have to give your all. There's no need being in a marriage if you're not willing to sacrifice some things. And I'm not saying as soon as you get married, forget all your friends and just follow him like Jesus. No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you should keep a healthy relationship with the people who were in your life previously, but let them know that now you have someone who takes precedence over all of them.
Sure.
And that shouldn't be hard to do. So if you have a woman who's not willing to sacrifice, why is she in your life? You know, I know it's hard. You're thinking 8 years is gone, but look at it this way. It's 8 years of rich experience that you could have not been taught in any school.
Sure.
So let's just say, yes, you've wasted 8 years of your life. But at the end of the day, you've also gained something, a very important lesson. So my guy, yes, I'll hook you up with a marriage counselor. I know a few. I can also get you a psychologist, but I can bet you that the conclusion will be the same. This is not a marriage you want to stay in. It's toxic. And she's going to force you to do something you don't want to do one of these days.
Yeah.
So over to you to decide. Couple of messages have hit the show. Ajwa says, hey, boyfriend Seth, some of us don't have. Oh, she's lucky to get a husband and she's there fooling. Yao says, how I wish your wife can also narrate her version of the story. King says, I will not side with the man for now, when I have not read the woman's story. Perhaps 30 seconds is how far you can go. I felt that in my heart. I felt that in my heart. Hey, Lord. Wow. Paul says, ask for a separation and give her some space. Ask that, after that, ask her to choose between her friend and you. If she values the ex, then you can decide from there. It's either you share her with him or you leave whilst you're still sane. Obapa says, listen to what the elders are saying. Some women will get good men and mess up, and others will get good women and also be suffering under wicked men. This world in itself is not balanced. Connie says, do you have kids with her? Consider them in every decision that you make. Talk to her first and know what drives her to communicate with her ex. If it's not something you can handle, talk to your family about it. Talk to your pastor or someone you people can talk to. The point is to exhaust all options to get her on track and give yourself time. If all fails, you've tried your best. Then you can resort to divorce. At least you tried. But if you have kids, make sure any decision you take does not affect them too much. All the best. Nana says, divorce her ASAP. Let her go and marry her ex. Move on too. Start entertaining your ex too. Or better yet, find another woman. By all means, live your life. Act like a widower since she's chosen to be insensitive about your feelings. Prosper says, my boss, don't waste your time, oh. Don't waste your time on her. If she can't let go of her ex, then please let her go. It's so simple. And finally, Edith says, wow, such an uncouth lady. Though we have friends we can't cut off after marriage, we don't have to give them so much room that they disrespect our spouse. Village woman. Hey, you're angry. Thank you so much for watching Sister Sister on your favorite City TV. Now, don't forget, if you want some more exciting content, you can always subscribe to our YouTube channel. We call it the City Tube. And don't forget to click on the bell to receive notifications for fresh updates. Sister Sister, every Friday at 9 p.m. only on City TV.